BYU, Arizona State. I've been excited for this game for a couple of weeks, and here we are. So we're going to be firsthand. We're going to be sidelined for it. Two of the most improved teams in the country. Do you realize last year Arizona State was 3-9, BYU was 5-7, and they're sitting here 8-2 and 9-1 respectively right now. I think when I look at this game, BYU needs to do something special. And if you've watched Brigham Young this year, they've won a lot of games, but it hasn't been that there's been this one huge playmaker, there's this one star quarterback, and they've slowed down scoring a little bit. Like, they scored 30-plus in 7 of their first 8 games, and they've been held to 22-13 over the last couple of games. They don't have, like, a takeover guy. Like, you got Scadaboo at running back for Arizona State. You got, like, guys like Jeremiah Smith at Ohio State or Ryan Williams at Alabama. Those are takeover guys. BYU probably doesn't have that, but in the more zoomed out perspective, they've just got a rock solid team. They've been winning with team football, and they've been winning because they consistently are really good in turnovers. I'm going to talk about that in a second. But they lost to Kansas because of the red zone. Last week, Kansas went into Provo and beat them because they were inconsistent in the red zone. They've been all year 32nd in red zone scoring, 99th in red zone touchdown percentage, which means they get down here a fair amount and score, but it's normally through the uprights. It's not so much across the goal line, but they play good defense, so it's been okay. This, however, is a playmaker kind of game for Arizona State. I mentioned Scadaboo. He is the number 3 guy in FBS in total yards per game, number 2 leading receiver on this team. And then when you watch him at tailback, and he should have pretty good success, pretty good room to run against BYU. You also need to know Sam Leavitt, the quarterback for Arizona State, that's the guy who was in the process of taking the job, really, during the spring. Like, Jaden Rashada was penciled in as the starter here, and I'm making sure, no one's around. That dude was getting outplayed in the spring, and he realized it, and he left. No ill will, no hard feelings. Like, no one speaks an ill word of Jaden Rashada in this building, but they love Sam Leavitt. And when Rashada transferred, a lot of people outside Tempe freaked out. No one here did. I'm going to talk to Dillingham in a little while about that. But I look at him. He's had 3 touchdowns and 0 picks in 3 straight games. This is the game that he needs to be on, because this is the kind of game where if he performs like that, they will win. It's turnovers, and it's Brigham Young's propensity to force them that I'm really not like concerned about, but I'm a little weary of. Turnovers and red zone success will decide this game. I think home field will have a big factor here. They've sold this place out. It's a hard sellout. There are no tickets available. Every single one of these things has been sold. Colin, let's take a look at what the model thinks. The FanDuel number on this game right now is Arizona State -3.5. The model pretty much agrees. Model's got Arizona State -3. I just think they're scaling up at the right time. And I wonder a little bit about Brigham Young if the gas tank theory is in play here, where every year we see teams that are rolling through like week 9, week 10, and then you realize November is the longest month of the year in college football. We always say that. And you realize, man, they got close, but then they just ran out of gas. I wonder if Brigham Young is that. Not that they get blown out, but I wonder if that's enough to swing this game. I think it will be. I'm going to take Arizona State to win and cover.